Usually in a discussion-based kind of thing, kids sitting around a table, there are very few classes where you have like desk chair, probably if you're in a math class, but that's really the only thing I can think of. Again, our class sizes are really tiny, so only about 10 to 15 people and your professor, so, and he'll be like sitting right next to you, so if you don't do your reading, you kind of solved. But it's really good, tons of personal attention. But right now we're going to talk about moderation. So moderation is a process of passing from the low college to the high college. So basically freshmen and sophomores to juniors and seniors. And in this process, you declare your major. What happens is you're assigned an advisor when you come into college. So as soon as you're a freshman and you're kind of like, all right, I'm interested in chemistry, they'll probably give you like a chemistry advisor. But if you have like no clue, they'll give you whatever you're kind of interested in. So you have your advisor, and you make a panel of 3 professors, including your advisor. And so like if you're doing psych, you might have like 2 more psych majors, or like a psych major and a literature professor kind of a thing. And you write 2 papers. So the first paper is saying like what classes you've done, why you've done these classes, what you like about the classes, and why you think you want to do the major based on these classes that you've taken. And then the second paper is talking about the classes that you want to take in the major that you've decided, and why you want to take those classes, and what you're kind of thinking about doing after college. So it makes you think thoroughly about what you'd like to do the rest of your life, so you're not going back and forth. Or you can go back and forth in that, like, I changed from chemistry to biology to psychology, so when Cheryl said I had sleepless nights, she was not joking. But yes, moderation usually happens in the spring semester, and after you've written these 2 papers, you present it in front of the panel of 3 people that you have created. And they'll go through it with you and be like, all right, well, we've seen your papers, we've seen your grades, and we understand that you want to be a music major, but you seem to excel so much in anthropology as well. So you have all B's in music, but you have all A's in anthropology. So are you sure this is something you want to do? And they might defer you, and you have to go back and be like, yes, I'm sure I want to be a music major, and this is why. And you kind of write a response to their questions. There are 3 outcomes: acceptance, deferral, and rejection. I don't think anyone has ever been rejected, or if they have, like, I'm not aware of it. Usually it's just deferred to make sure that you are positive about what you want to do. So moderation varies from majors to majors. So if you're a dance major, you probably have to write these 2 papers and have like a dance show as well. And if you're a music major, same thing. If you're a film major, you'll probably have to have like a 20-minute film that you have worked on for the past year, and then papers explaining it and the classes and the same kind of a thing. You can double major. For moderation, you might have to go through 2 moderation processes if it's like absolutely nothing to do with each other. But say you're doing biology and psychology, and that makes neuroscience, and you can link the 2 together, you can kind of do that for moderation as one project. Is there anything about moderation that you'd like to know? No? Okay,
Well, why would they put you through this kind of process?
why?
Yeah.
Well, I feel as though in college lots of people flip-flop, and they're not quite sure what they want to do with their life and stuff like that. And it makes you sit down and think about, seriously, what interests you and why it interests you, and not just have you blindly choose what you want to do and then come out of college and be like, this is an area that I'm really not interested in. Most of the kids who do this process usually stick to what they did in college. Of course, you can't just like jump into moderation and be like, yo, I did 1 chemistry class, so that's why I'm going to be a chemistry major. They actually have requirements for moderation. So if you want to be a chemist, you probably have to do a year of intro to psych, a year of intro to physics, and 2 up to Calc 2. And those are the classes that you'll have to take before you do moderation. If you're doing psych, you'll probably have to take intro to psych, statistics, research and methods, and then 1 other psych class. the English, you'll probably have to take about 4 literature classes and a grammar class before you can do that. Is there anything here that any majors know?
Have you guys heard of this process in any other college?
No.
I like it.
You don't know?
Do you have Greek mythology?
Greek mythology, yes, we do.
We have Greek, right?
Greek life, no, we don't. Bard is not very fond of that. But we do have different houses. So like if you're a vegan, you can live in the vegan house at the end of campus. It's called Feitler. Or if you want like a wellness house with no alcohol, stuff like that, there's also that.
Okay.
But we mostly just try to stick to clubs and stuff like that. No Greek life. Any more questions about anything? It doesn't have to be about moderation. Just blurt out anything on your mind.
What about history majors?
History majors, like what they need to do before moderation?
Mm-hmm.
That is a good question, considering most of my friends are history majors, but I have no clue.
It's calling me.
And